me cater to you. Let me cater to you. Let me cater to I wanna let you know, girl, that you know that I am what you do. So let me reassure you, my life will be purpose without you. If I want it, I'm gonna ask you. Flying to be better, challenge me for the better. What do you let me cater to you?
Hello everyone, and thank you for coming back to the channel. Yes, we're going to get right on into it. We're going to try to make it make sense. Sometimes when we finish discussing a particular article of celebrities, we just can't find no sense in it. We just have to leave it where it was put, okay? Just let it lay down, and hopefully it will resolve itself. But we're going to be talking about comedians tonight. We got Monique and we got DL Hughley, and they are on the internet cutting a fool about who is supposed to close last in the show, who's the headliner, who's the most invaluable person, okay, or the most important person of the night. And both of them have definitely shown receipts, but we're going to go with Monique because I like Monique better. All right? Call me biased on this if you must, and it's true. But anyway, we get this article from hotnewshiphop.com, and they titled it, Monique responds to DL Hughley's receipts with some of her own. And the person that wrote up this article was Hughley Hines, okay? We're going to get right on into it. She says Monique is educating the masses on the difference between a deal memo and a performance agreement. As you know, beloved actress Monique and comedian D.L. Hughley have been going back and forth on social media over a contract dispute. Earlier today, the 59-year-old responded to Mo's public call for receipts, which he provided, but now she comes through with some of her own, turning the tables once again. My girl, my girl. There were some of you who were fooled by the smoke and mirrors of DL posting his deal memo versus his performance agreement. The precious actress wrote on Instagram on Monday evening, "Here is my performance agreement, and here are emails and texts confirming that, as per usual, I'm going to always keep it real and honest with my people." The 54-year-old pointed out that her contract has been signed, while the one that Hughley posted was not. What type of ironclad agreement doesn't have the signatures of the participants involved? Apparently, DL's laugh out loud. Now, you told me to check with my management, and this is what I came up with. So how do I, the comedian, continue her poignant response to the author? Perhaps you should have taken your own advice, because I'm sure your team would have advised you against trying to pass a deal memo off as a contract. Monique then swooped in with some commentary on the industry, adding, to those out there who don't, or those who out there thought a deal memo was the same as a performance agreement, especially some of the comedians, this is how we're constantly taken advantage of by the businesses. And just so you know, the promoter already told my team before the show that you didn't have a signed agreement. That's why I'm not surprised you're using a deal memo. That said, maybe they lied and you actually had a contract, she speculated. So, the promoters have put themselves in a terrible position to have more legal action taken against them. Beyond malicious concealment for breaking the contract at the last second, that said, DL, we the people will be waiting for your signed agreement. Within the carousel she shared to her Instagram feed, Mo included her signed contract, an email with a PDF of the run of the show, and additional emails holding the same information. And finally, what she walked in 2 minutes after arriving at the theater, a schedule reviewing Hughley as the ultimate entertainer of the evening. Okay. Then DL response. Okay, well, she's still responding to DL. I'm sorry. There were some of you who were fooled by the smoke and mirrors of DL posting his deal memo. Okay, we went all into that one. Okay. So basically, she just went on and just told everybody she had a contract. She had it all written out. DL did not. So now she's like, my contract signed, email with the PDF of the run of the show, additional emails with ROS, what I walked into minutes arriving to the theater. Can you say receipts? Laugh out loud. To my people who refuse to fall for the okey doke, and even those that do, I love you all to life. Okay, so her and DL are fighting over who gets to close the show. Who's the better comedian, the man or the woman? Because both of them have their own style of doing things. And I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have had this mess with Bernie Mac or Robin Harris. She wouldn't have had it, honey. But DL is a petty Betty at times. And he just wanted to assert his weight that he ain't finna let Monique close and he go in like she's bigger than he is. Well, haven't you heard of It's Ladies Rule now? As Beyonce, who run the world? Girls who run the world. Girls who run the world. Girls. So, I don't know. I just don't know. But they need to get it together. They really need to get it together. Because DL is pretty much going in on Monique. He even expressed, all you have to do is check the order of names on the ticket stub from last night and you'll see who's confused. Against my better judgment or the objections of my team, and 4 other occasions where I said no. I decided to take a chance and work with Monique. Oprah was the problem. Tyler Perry was the problem. Charlamagne, the radio host personality, was the problem. Steve Harvey was the problem. Lee Daniels was the problem. Netflix was the problem. Now it's my turn. At some point, it can't be everyone else. It's you. Lessons learned. I didn't have anything personal against Monique. People paid a lot of money to laugh, not hear about your contract. Apparently, the role you played in Precious turned out to be an autobiography. I wonder who's next. Okay? And he signs it, Daryl Lynn Hughley. Child, for one, we got to say, where your mama get Lynn from? Okay? Because Monique is making a total ass out that whole DL saying you on the download, brother. So that is a hot mess. The situation is a hot mess. And I think it should have been played out of the public eye. But since they're going back and forth, DL responded again. He said, after this, I don't want to hear no more about this. Here it is in black and white. The only thing blacked out is a personal bank information. Pay attention. Headline, highest paid artist on show. Artists to have approval of lineup of the show. DL Hughley closed and receipts, opinions. I got everything that was stated in my contract, everything, but let's say I didn't. My beef wouldn't be with anyone but the promoter and or my team, and I damn sure wouldn't make it personal. If you have a problem, take it up with management, and by that means yours. Okay, and then he hashtag Team DK, hashtag King shit. Woo-hoo-hoo. I tell you, it is a lot. It is a lot going on in these social media streets. Okay? But I'm sure they'll get it together. But Monique is basically taking up for women's rights because it is, as James Brown said, a man's world. And they always want to put women in their place when they feel like they're getting above themselves or they outshine the man in whatever profession. So it's understandable. But as we know, we would definitely close this case at this time, but we definitely sure will pick it back up. We will keep y'all notified of upcoming news or anything new that develops within this story. And I will see y'all next video. Good night.